Comedian Roseanne Barr may not be backing down. She tweeted this last night. "You guys make me feel like fighting back. I will examine all of my options carefully and get back to you." ABC's top-rated reboot, Roseanne, was abruptly canceled this week following Barr's racist tweet, which compared former Obama aide Valerie Jarrett to an ape. Barr, who has since apologized to Jarrett, has been relentlessly condemned publicly on social media. President Trump also weighed in on Twitter, slamming Disney CEO Bob Iger for hypocrisy. The president wrote this: "Bob Iger of ABC called Valerie Jarrett to let her know that ABC does not tolerate comments like those made by Roseanne Barr. Gee, he never called President Donald J. Trump to apologize for the horrible statements made and said about me on ABC. Maybe I just didn't get the call." White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders echoed President Trump's sentiments yesterday. Watch.
Where was Bob Iger's apology to the White House staff for Jamel Hill calling the president and anyone associated with him a white supremacist? To Christians around the world for Joy Behar calling Christianity a mental illness? Where was the apology for Kathy Griffin going on a profane rant against the president on The View after a photo showed her holding President Trump's decapitated head? And where was the apology from Bob Iger for ESPN hiring Keith Olbermann after his numerous expletive-laced tweets attacking the president as a Nazi and even expanding Olbermann's role after that attack against the president's family? This is a double standard that the president is speaking about. No one is defending her comments. They're inappropriate, but that's what the point that he was making.
Joining me now to talk more about that is former Hillary Clinton Presidential Campaign Director of Strategic Communications, Elrod Strategist President, and Democratic strategist Adrienne Elrod. Good to see you, Adrienne. Former Trump campaign manager, Lewandowski, Strategic Advisors, President and CEO and co-author of Let Trump Be Trump, Corey Lewandowski here as well. Good to see you, Corey. Thanks for joining us to you both. Adrienne, let me kick it off with you. Your take on all of these developments so far around Roseanne.
Well, I think ABC made the right decision to immediately cancel her show. These comments that she made are abhorrent, racist comments about Valerie Jarrett. But she also, I don't know why ABC even put her show on in the first place, given the fact that she has made a litany of racist comments in the past, including comments about Huma Abedin, who used to work for Hillary Clinton, and other high-profile figures. So why ABC had her on in the first place, I don't know. But I think they certainly made the right decision in taking swift action to remove the show from their airwaves.
It really was swift action. Very quickly, the show was canceled, and the president making these comments in his tweets, Corey, in terms of what he's calling a double standard. Your thoughts?
Well, it's absolutely a double standard. Not only, did they fire Roseanne for her comments, but when you look at what Keith Olbermann has done and said over the last year, where he likened and accused the president of being a Nazi, who is, the most egregious thing you can say about someone is that they committed the genocide of at least 7 million people. And Keith Olbermann accused the president of being a Nazi and tying him to that horrific incident of our world history. And not only did Keith Olbermann get a new job, he was promoted at ESPN to have another job. And when it comes to the president or the vice president and the abuse that they take from members of the ABC News and ABC family, there was no apology from Bob Iger. Not to the vice president of the United States, not to the president of the United States, but he felt compelled to apologize to Valerie Jarrett. There is an absolute double standard here that should be fixed.
All true, Adrienne, right?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to sit here and defend some of the disgusting comments that Keith Olbermann made, and I think you mentioned Kathy Griffin in the teaser as well. But look, a lot of this is coming from the top. The fact that the President of the United States has made sexist comments about Senator Warren, has chanted "lock her up" about Hillary Clinton at multiple rallies. I mean, if he wants the media to treat him well, then he also needs to be a little bit careful about the comments that come out of his own mouth.
Well, go ahead.
So how do you say that about the attack on Vice President Pence and the attack on Christianity that Joy had from The View? How is that even relevant? How can that be condoned? And the only reason that Joy called and apologized to the vice president is because there was some outcry, but she wasn't suspended. She wasn't fired when she, made disgusting comments about Christianity and the vice president of the United States. So if you want to blame the president for this, how can you hold that same standard to the vice president?
Look, again, I'm certainly not going to, Corey, defend these comments that some of these people have made on television. But again, this comes from the top. We need to restore civility to the entire discussion. That also comes from the President of the United States.
Yeah, let me move on, because Adrienne, Roseanne Barr is actually blaming the sleep aid Ambien on her tweet. Drug giant Sanofi, the maker of Ambien, addressed this scapegoating on their Twitter feed, writing this: "People of all races, religions, and nationalities work at Sanofi every day to improve the lives of people around the world. While all pharmaceutical treatments have side effects, racism is not a known side effect of any Sanofi medication." She's saying she was on Ambien, and that was the catalyst for the tweet. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think you can blame Ambien for a lot of things. I don't think you can blame Ambien for racism.
Corey.
Look, Roseanne has apologized for her tweets, and she's held accountable for her actions, and no one is trying to condone what she has said or done.